Okay, so this is pretty much the stupidest thing ever. So this is a run of Star Fox 64 Rabbit Stew. I made this up on the spot, like
Yeah, basically
5 minutes
half
before I
power
made this
standard.
submission.
And then the other cookies,
Clearly, this VOD is not
picked up the
spliced in
chaos.
any way, shape, or form.
Did
But
it cut out for anyone else?
basically,
Well,
what we're going to be
basically, what I
doing
was saying
is we're
was,
going to go to Medio and we're going to
he
get
likely
some
got banned because he was
fruits
selected
and
to be a runner on the
veggies
marathon,
and some like
and no other
giant
reason.
brown balls,
Okay, that's good.
just
I'm glad
stuff
to
to
hear that.
generally put in the stew. Then we're gonna
But
go to Aquas and get the broth,
yeah,
and then we're gonna go to Solar and get the dead rabbit, and we're gonna cook it on Solar.
it
And
is very
when
unprofessional of
Peppy
it to
dies,
pivot
that's
like
when
that.
the stew
I
is done.
don't know
That's pretty much
what
it.
or if they replaced it with
I
anything.
recommend not watching this
I've
VOD
never
because
seen
it's
Austin
just
other than
why.
yeah. You saw my run live. What were you doing up at that time of day? And yo, Q Dog, what's up? How are you? Hope you're doing well. How's life?
Looks like the pollution has started.
Oh, is Mega Man 2 run replaced it? Well, that happened before he got banned. So, no. Open. Open, says me. There we go. Yeah, he got banned on like Thursday, and Cool Kids Mega Man 2 run was on Wednesday.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I think they just started running behind schedule and just never replaced it.
How's the blue marine?
Because
Fox?
from what I remember Sneezes saying that like
It's a good thing you prepared.
if they were gonna replace it with something, it would be only because they were ahead of schedule.
Will never hold together.
Yo, I'm really glad that you watched it though and you liked it. It was honestly a lot of fun. It killed my sleep cycle for like a week. How much money in the end? How much money did they raise for the event? $3 million. Actually, Sneezes pointed out something really cool to me. Hear me out on this. So, without any single run at that event, except for maybe like one of the ones that raised like almost nothing and had no incentives, they would not have hit that $3 million mark. And if you think about it, like, I know my run was one of the lower earners at somewhere in the neighborhood of about $18,000. They hit $3 million and $5,000.
Keep shooting. We've got lots of torpedoes.
And if it weren't for my run, they would not have hit that amount. Because they would have hit like 2.99 whatever. And yeah, you could argue that like, oh, well, the hype like made it so that like they would have hit it no matter what. Whatever. You could argue that. You could argue whatever you want. I just want to say that like without any single run at that marathon, they would not have hit 3 million, which is really cool to think about because they like barely hit it. And at the end, it was kind of looking like they weren't gonna hit it because he killed the final boss and they still needed like 15 grand. I think it's a great way of looking at it too. And yo, Sneezes is like wise beyond his years. He's a homie.
Watch out, Fox.
Yeah, CMM donated during the run, which was like fucking awesome, and you really didn't have to do that, but thank you. How do you always get your donations read? Like, are you just like universally whitelisted?
I found the bioweapon.
You're magic. Yeah, at my run, they were at like 1,000,000.02 or something like that. It jumps a lot. During the last run, they raised $900,000. And part of that is due to the fact that they had a bunch of money that was just, you know, kind of in reserve from subs, sponsors, bits, all that stuff. And that's where a lot of that came from. So at in one moment, they dropped like $315,000. And that was as soon as they broke the all-time GDQ record. And they were just like, let's freaking go. And then the momentum just kind of went from there. Like it was too hyped to not let it hit 3 mil, basically. Like the room just went absolutely ballistic. I've never been in a room that's that hyped over anything, like ever. Like concerts, like stuff like that. Like nah. Yo, that was a sick boss fight.
You did it!
And like, keep in mind, there's stuff like shirts. There are other sponsors like Fangamer was selling stuff. You gotta keep that stuff in mind. They put up a prize bundle that was like $10 entry for a Switch, a PS4, and an Xbox One. So like, that was gonna raise a lot. That was kind of a bad Aquas overall, but the boss fight was sick.
Slippy's not such a screw up after all.
What was the last run? It was Chrono Trigger. It was 5 hours and 45 minutes ish. So like, it's not surprising that it raised the most because it was the longest run, but also it was the last one.
You too.
I mean, you can if you want. Oh yeah, fair enough. They don't. They do screen the donations. They have 4 people screen the donations before they get read on stream. You probably could have like done one with the whitelist term, which was posted in the Star Fox Discord, and just said do a barrel roll, and that probably would have been used to 100%. Fuck. And yeah, basically like half the crowd was hammered, and then the other half the crowd got really hyped up by Chaos bringing a bunch of like. Yeah, no one is unbannable. The chat was spamming banned. Of course they were. I take a dump. And yeah, Plywood is 100% correct. No one is unbannable, but like Zallard is to the point where like he would be the least bannable person. Like he would have to do more than probably anyone else. Yeah, I don't like the white background of speedrun.com. I'm really not a fan. I don't have to get Katina skip this time, but honestly, like, all I really want is to just not die. He's dead.
I'm monkey food.
The toad has passed. Victory is ours. No, he did not get banned. I think he was told that he couldn't submit for like 2 years. Not 2 years, 2 GDQs. And it was literally because of the quality of his run and not because of like him swearing or going off the rails. It might have partially been due to the fact that he said like tweet at Air Canada, because first of all, Air Canada's awful. So yeah. You were thinking of Cyber Demon. I don't remember their name now. I definitely dead name dropped there, but I honestly just don't remember their name now. Yeah, like if I were to say like something along the lines of like the Jews did 9/11 on stream, I would get banned. But if I were to say fuck, I would not get banned. They'd probably like talk to me after the run and be like, hey, you know, don't do that. Don't swear. Especially if it was clearly intentional. Wasn't so good. The quality of his run was not good. It was really funny. And if you don't think it was funny, I really don't know what to tell you, because it was funny. Like, Darkman was in fucking tears. Damn is probably allowed. Probably not excessively. We looked up what, because they were like, keep it PG or PG-13. We looked up before my run what we were allowed to say. Apparently, I was allowed to say pissed 3 times, so I said it twice. I made sure to not say it more than like a couple times, and was quite conscious of that. Everybody apparently everybody thought that Lennon said shit during Corneria. Like, there were a bunch of like bans in chat like after that. GDQ is a family stream. Exactly. So like, you know, just like don't be an asshole. I feel like, yeah, Plywood probably said it best. Just don't be an asshole. It's not that hard. Hey, my watch alarm's going off in the other room. Dude, I picked up a silver ring. But you missed gold ring! Used to 100%. Fuck. And yeah, basically like half the crowd was hammered, and then the other half the crowd got really hyped up by Chaos bringing a bunch of like other one to me just screaming hoot, like specifically that hoot scream.
The R-Wing might not
Okay, so
make it.
random fun fact is the non all metals version of Solar is harder than the all metals version of Solar. Just because you don't shoot things and you take damage as a result, and your health is lower, you get pity rings. I take a dump right now, oh lord.